Okay, it is Friday. Yeah, like I said, I don't know why I get excited about Fridays. It's the end of my weekend. Because them heathens will be home for Saturday and Sunday. And then Brian will be home Monday. But that's okay. That's okay. And don't let all this scare you. I'm fixing to prep food to go to a funeral. So anytime I'm taking food to send somewhere, usually I put on my little do-rag thing. Yeah. Oh, no. Hairs in food? No. We can say tighter than a hair in a biscuit, but I don't want no hair in my biscuit, I'm just saying. So I always pull it up and back and cover it. But I am going to send ham and cheese sandwiches. That's what the family requested, was like finger foods, like sandwiches and stuff like that. So I told them I would do the ham and cheese. Y'all saw that in yesterday's vlog. I picked up the rolls and the chub ham and the cheese. So we're going to assemble that now. And to all our new subscribers, hey y'all, how you doing? How's your mama and them? And I'm just going, once I assemble them, I'm just going to stick them in my disposable pans. So glad I have these. And just cover them in full, and that way they don't have to worry about getting my pan back to me, and I don't have to worry about getting a pan back. So I'm just gonna start doing this and assembling, and I am not gonna put mayo or mustard on them because I don't know who wants what. They are gonna have mayonnaise and mustard there, so they can take care of that part. My rolls are like this big. Some of this ham is like this big. Do you see my dilemma? So on the big pieces, I'm just gonna, and it's got like a vein type thing running through there, so I'm just tearing it in half. Oh yeah, that'll fit perfect. Same way with the cheese. We're just gonna kind of eyeball and look and see. We don't want to overhang them too much more than our bread. A little bit's fine, but I figure I can chat with y'all for just a little bit while yeah, see, this is this big, so we might go diagonal and just, there's no true science to the one's image. Okay, so this is about as many as I'm going to try to get in one pan. I've got plenty of pans, and I've got this many more rolls left, so I don't want them so stacked that they'll fall apart. So I'm just gonna put some aluminum foil over this, keep it tight, and I'm just gonna get me some more of these pans, and I'll keep going. So I will see y'all after all this is done. Okay, and this is where, oh wait, y'all are tethered. Hold on. Let's see. Alright, and this is where the investment of the big thing of foil from Sam's comes in. This will last us truly like 3-4 months. If my hands will work. My hands are not wanting to function today. So, let's pull up. And it fits my drawer perfectly. Yeah. My 1968 cabinets did come in handy for something. But this is about how high I stack them. Any higher than that. And, but yeah. So we're just going to kind of cover this one up, and I'm just doing 2 pans. They said for about 15, so I counted it up. I made 28 sandwiches. So, and that was about what my 2 pans would hold. And I know Brian's not gonna be here Sunday, and Sunday night he's going to some kind of Super Bowl party or something. This is the ham I had left. Cutting it in half, made it stretch, and then cutting the cheese in half, made it stretch. And I've got 8 rolls left. So, and I was counting my rolls. I figured Sunday after church, we'll just use those rolls, some of this ham, some of this cheese, and we'll have us ham and cheese sandwiches for after church. Yeah. So, but yeah, cutting that ham in half made it stretch. So now we've got ham for lunch meat for a couple of weeks. I can take ham off of my list, or lunch meat off my list, and this cheese will stretch for a couple of weeks. Yes. Probably what I'll do with this ham is I will leave this portion out. Well, I might go ahead and leave all of it out for ham sandwiches. Cheese, I'll probably just leave these that I've already cut out, and then I will freeze these slices. And you can freeze sliced cheese. The deal is you want it to thaw completely before you start fiddling around with it. Shredded cheese freezes and thaws great. I mean, you can just take it right out, have it frozen, crumble it up, and use it for whatever. It's fine. Sliced cheese, a lot of people tell you can't freeze. You can. You just got to let it thaw completely before you start fiddling around with it. You don't want to have it half frozen and start trying to break it out, because it was going to crumble to hennies and back. So I'm going to freeze this part. I'm going to wrap this other stuff up, and that gave them 2 big panfuls of sandwiches. And we've got several other ladies that are doing like chicken salad sandwiches and turkey sandwiches and pimento cheese sandwiches. And I know we had like 8 different people doing sandwiches, and then other people doing like desserts and stuff like that, and then Chex Mix and things like that. So and to those of you that had wanted to know on the hamburger meat, and I did notice that after y'all said it, Big Mama, when she's looking at stuff, I just looked at the total price. I knew I had $20, and Big Mama knew she didn't want to go over $20. You know what I'm saying? I did not notice that about the total weight. I asked Fat Man about it, and he said probably what was happened, the outer edges, or maybe like the very center, the inside center, had started getting kind of brown. And they probably took that out, and that's what made the weight change. So, because it was repackaged, you could tell it had been repackaged. I'll show y'all here in a bit whenever I get ready to do my freeze-ahead meatloaf. I'll show you what it looks like, because you can tell it has been repackaged. And that's the only thing we can think of, is they had to take some out to make it where it wouldn't, you know. So I'm going to finish my coffee. I've got those ready to go. She's going to be by about 9:30ish to pick those up. I'm going to get this ham and this cheese wrapped up. Finish that. Oh, my dishes have not been washed. Yes. So I need to go ahead and load it, and we're going to kind of go from there. But I will show y'all my make-ahead freezer meatloaf, and it's a crock pot meal. Yes. So, yeah. Awesome. So I'll see y'all in a bit. Okay, hey Huns, I am back. The lady came and picked up the ham and cheese sandwiches. She's just kind of picking up from everybody in the neighborhood and going to take them to the family that's going to be hosting the funeral food. I sat down with my menu, and somebody had asked, one of their questions yesterday was, how many meals did I kind of get planned out from our inventory? And really and truly, other than the hamburger meat and what little bit of stuff I have on my list that I need, this is the only things that I'm actually going to need to finish out our supper meal plans. Everything else I've got. And ground beef, I figured up I was going to need 4 pounds total to finish out my month. And I got, if you saw yesterday, and like I said, I asked Fat Man about the change and the weight and all, and he said it was probably where, but and you can tell that they did repackage it. I'm fixing to work on that now. I didn't want my hands in hamburger meat, and her come, and I have to touch those ham and cheese sandwiches. But he said probably what the difference in the weight and the freeze by date and everything is if it started turning like had the brown spots or something in it, they probably had to open it and take that part out. You can tell where it's been repackaged. Usually if they just put another sticker on top, it's not like loose, but this has been repackaged. So that's probably why the change in the weight is different. It was 6.75 pounds, now it's 6.44. So they took some out, and the only thing we could think of is they took some out that had started to turn, you know, turn. So, but I was going to need 4 pounds, and this is 6. So plenty. So I'll get that off my list. Yes. The only other meat I'm going to need actually is the 3 pounds of beef round steak, and that's to do my Philly cheesesteak crock pot meal. I really want to try that. I mean, I could fill in something else. I've got a hamburger helper kit in there, and I'll have an extra little bit of this left. That will be like that extra backup meal. Remember, kind of like the pizzas that I talked about, of an extra backup meal just in case. You kind of want to have those extras of the just in case meals. Yeah. So, right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on my make ahead meatloaf meal. This is the recipe. I will leave it in the description box down below. I got the idea from J. Morrell Stewart. If you've watched her Large Family Table YouTube, she is wonderful. Wonderful information. She does a lot of pre-made freeze-ahead meals. She'll do a big once-a-month cook. Yeah. And I've done this crock pot meatloaf before. In fact, if I can find the YouTube link, I'll try linking it down below too. But I'm just, and I think I might have changed my recipe a little bit from hers. I'm trying to think. And like where it calls for breadcrumbs, you can use oatmeal, you can use cracker crumbs, you can use crushed cornflakes, anything that's going to help bulk it up. I don't have breadcrumbs. I'm not running to the store before I want to get this made up. I want to go ahead and get this made up while I'm already just kind of in the goopy mood. I want to go ahead and get it made up. I still have that dead burn headache. I swear to Hannies. I'm going to try. I'm hoping I can get shit. Ooh, my ring needs cleaning. I'm taking them off right now. I'm going to put them right up there. I forgot what I was going to say. I'm hoping I can get rid of it before this afternoon. I got to go and love on my grandbaby. Bless her heart, y'all. She got her shots Tuesday, and she is just not, she's not running a fever or anything. Excuse me. She can't sleep good. She's just sore. So, bless her heart, her mama needs a break. She wanted to know if I could come yesterday, just long enough for her to get a shower and get kind of just herself feeling like a human. And I was asleep. I mean, Fat Man even said whenever he came in after he'd walked the puppies, he came in and said I was talking out of my head. He said something about, do you know I walk the dogs? And he said I mumbled, you need an automatic walker like a Roomba. I have no clue. I don't remember none of that. But he told me later when I did wake up and get ready to go to bed, he said, do you remember talking about we needed a Roomba to walk the dogs? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, yeah, you were talking about I needed a Roomba to walk the dogs. I'm like, I have no clue. I don't remember saying nothing like that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I could be doing while I run my pie hole. I still got my hair up in my do. The lady that hadn't got the food, she is so sweet. Linda Faye, when I said I wanted Linda Faye's macaroni and cheese, that was the lady that came and got the food. Honey, she can stick her finger in water and that must be good. I'm just saying. Makes the best coleslaw. She puts tomatoes in her coleslaw. I kid you not. It is amazing. Alright, so, but I can, like I said, I'm running my pie hole while I do this. And, the thing about Sam's, once I open this, if it's got a smell or I think that it's funky, I can take it right on back. Okay, there's no smell. We're good on that note. Yeah, you can tell where they repackaged it because it's got a piece of plastic on the tray. Alright, so I'm going to get me a knife. I got ready to start me some coffee. I think I'm just going to use half. You can tell where it's divided. I'm only going to use one side. There's two sides. I'm only going to use one side to try to get the 2 meatloaves. Yeah, 1 2-pound ground beef. And then it calls for 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs. Like I said, don't have breadcrumbs. So, I am going to use cracker crumbs. I'm going to kind of start getting this done. And I'll be back in a bit. Alright, and I'm getting real scientific with this, y'all. I'm not measuring anything. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. It calls for 1 egg beaten, and I figured since I'm using half of a 6.5-pound pack, I'm using 2 eggs. And I figured on my breadcrumbs, I had that loaf of potato bread that I had in the freezer. The heel pieces we usually throw away. I've got them in the toaster right now. I'm going to toast those up, and I'm going to use those as my breadcrumbs. I figured both heel pieces should grind up to about 1/4 cup. If not, if I see if it needs anything to kind of bulk it up, I'll get some cracker crumbs or something. And it's calling for a tablespoon of parsley, a tablespoon of basil, and a tablespoon of oregano. Instead of me fiddling with trying to get all that out, I'm just going to use my Italian seasoning. Because that's basically what it is. It is basil, rosemary, thyme, oregano, sage. So it's all that and then some. So I'm just using my Italian seasoning instead of dragging all those out. Because I don't think I have any more dried oregano left. So I just kind of sprinkled and yeah. I looked at it and there it was. Garlic salt. I know I've got garlic powder. I try not to do garlic salt. We try to do the garlic powder. I'm just going to kind of give a good shake on it. Onion salt. I know I don't have. I'm trying to think if I've got onion powder. And I know I'm supposed to be organized with my spices. Yeah, Big Mama ain't organized with her spices. Yeah, what I'm going to do is, the bread is bigger than my toaster. So, I just flipped them over and I squished it back down in there again. I'm eating my yogurt while I'm adding dry ingredients. It's 9:40 and I'm just now eating breakfast. That's okay. I've been up since like 6:15. So, alright. Everybody just took my stores out for me. So we're good. So, I'm trying to see where I am. I just need to add my breadcrumbs. And like I said, however you make your meatloaf, that's what you're wanting to do. If you've got your favorite meatloaf recipe, make it. Make it. The trick to this is, once you get it all made up, you're going to make it into your shape. You're going to place it in your gallon Ziploc freezer bag. In fact, I need to go ahead and get my bags out before my hands get all funky junky. So what I'm going to do, because I'm out of gallon freezer bags. All I've got is gallon storage bags, but I've got a ton of them. So I'm just going to double bag it. All right. So and then you're going to just freeze in that loaf shape. Make sure that you don't go longer than your crock pot. Yeah, that's pretty bad if you go beyond your crock pot. Alright, this is starting to, yeah, it's getting kind of, so we're good, we're done. I'm just going to kind of sit the bread to the side, let it kind of cool before I start crushing it up. I'm going to plug my toaster. Never leave my toaster plugged in. I am working on my coffee. Yes, please. I still have to sit down and figure out first the month bills. Like I said, that's one thing I was talking about. Hold on one second. Hey, Care Beth.
Hello.
You want to come here and tell everybody hi? Here's sweet baby girl.
Hi.
What you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing, honey.
Yep.
Say nothing, honey. I don't know if later, I doubt it. We'll probably just wait and go tomorrow. I was going to say we might run to town here in a little bit, but I think we're just going to wait and go tomorrow because I don't know when I need to go take care of that sweet baby. And I'm still kind of feeling, I've still got that dead burn headache. So, and I know you need to get out of the house. So, and we need to do some grocery shopping. So I think we're just going to wait and tackle that tomorrow. Maybe Fat Man will want to go with us.
Yep.
That sweet face!
Yep.
You getting your granola bar?
Yeah.
She made her some oatmeal this morning. Was it good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm making meatloaves to go into the freezer. So we can have a crock pot meatloaf meal. Do you like crock pot meatloaf?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not really one for meatloaf, but don't you like the crock pot meatloaf? You'll like it. You'll like it. We've had it before. But yeah, I'm just going to take this bread.
I can't believe it's already February.
I know.
And next month. Oh Lord.
You know what might do a better job than this? I think I'm going to put it in my Ninja Bullet. Let's see what happens. Okay, y'all. If I make a holy Toledo mess, then there you go. Okay? Big Mama done did. Big Mama done figured out what to use with the heel pieces of bread, and I won't never buy breadcrumbs ever again. Look at that. Do you see that? I just toasted up those heel pieces and put them in my Ninja Bullet, and that is perfect. And that worked out. That looked like about a fourth of a cup, didn't it? Yeehaw! Hot diggity dog. Yeah. Alright, I'm trying to get all my ingredients in there before I start squishing them with my hands. That, and I want to drink my coffee, I'm just saying. See how steam? I don't know if you can see the steam. It's still hot. I don't like cold coffee. Well, unless I order cold coffee. But yeah, that Ninja Bullet worked great because I was sitting here and that wasn't going to work. But that Ninja Bullet worked awesome. You could probably do the same thing with the blender. I'm just saying that I'm putting that out there. The only other ingredient that mine calls for is ketchup. And it's 1/4 of a cup of ketchup. And then it also calls for brown sugar on the top of the pre-cooked meatloaf. You'll do that after you take it out of the freezer. Then I always mix more ketchup with my brown sugar and coat the top and then turn it on. So I'm going to add about 1/4 of a cup. That to me is about 1/4 of a cup. 3 good squirts. Like I said, it's no true science. There's no true science to this. And I'm looking at this recipe. This is to preheat oven place. This is not the crock pot one. But, like I said, you can use any recipe. I'll have to get my crock pot recipe and find out how long it needs to cook. And like I said, J. Morrell, honey, she is wonderful on hers. She even throws like extra kale, carrots, any vegetables that she's wanting to get rid of, she'll throw in her meatloaf. And her kids never know. So just FYI, there's a tip for you, okay? So I'm just going to, the best utensil in your kitchen. Seriously. And so we're just going to kind of squish and gush. I know I did not wash my hands before I stuck them in here. I mean, I washed them before I got started, but oh well. I washed them before I got started, but I did grab things in the kitchen. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Okay. But yeah, and you can just kind of tell by feel. I can tell by feel that egg needs to be mushed in a little bit more. And you don't want to overwork it. But you want to make sure that it's, say, there's a big wad of just breadcrumbs. You want to get all that worked in. But yeah, if you've got any vegetables that you need like used up, or you want extra, the vegetable mixed in, if your kids don't eat veggies, blend it up and sneak it on in here. It will help bulk up your meat and make your meat stretch. It's one reason why she does it, is to make her meat stretch. She's got 9 kids? Yeah, 9 kids? 8 kids. 9 or 8. Anywho. But yeah, so anything to make it stretch, heck yeah, I'm all in for that too. And I'm just kind of mix it. Oh, this is cold. And I've still got that much meat left over. I don't know if you can. This is the other half. I'm going to use that for my Amish steaks. Amish poor man steak. And technically on it, you do not make it ahead of time. I mean, you've got to make it like the day before. I might see if I can go ahead and pre-make it as a freezer meal. I don't know. Alright, so that looks like it's mixed in pretty good. Yeah. That looks like it's mixed in pretty well. So, and I've got my Ziploc bags opened. Oh no, I put that hot toast on it and it melted. Hey, melting my bags together. Can you do me a favor, baby girl? I'm melting Ziploc bags together with toast.
Oh.
Can you open these Ziploc bags? Alright, so what I'm going to do, yeah, if you could open those. I want to just do it in half. I want two. So I'm just going to take my hand, I've got it in a ball, I'm just taking my hand and I'm dividing best I can. I mean, it's not like it's science. I ain't going to fret over one being an ounce or two bigger than the other. Now if there's a big difference, yeah, see that's a pretty good size difference. So I'm going to take a little bit of that one and put with that one. Alright, you can go ahead. Oh, you're going to hold it for Mom? Alright, she's holding it for me. Let's move this. Can you race? Or, yeah, let's. Alright, I'm just going to drop it in. Ooh, I'm glad you held on to that, baby girl. Alright, let's put that one there. Now, open up the other one and we're going to do the same thing. And, yeah, hang on tight. It's going to be a bumpy ride. You like that? Yeah. And now I'm going to show you what we're going to do as far as making our loaf shape.
Who, me or them?
Them.
Oh.
And you too, if you want to stay and watch.
Nah, I'm gonna get Doris.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to wash my hands real quick. Right now, to get our meatloaf shape, I'm not going to seal up my bag, but we're just going to kind of, we want it elongated. And like I said, I don't want to go longer than my crock pot. And I always leave my crock pot on my counter. If I'm making two, I might see about squeezing both in one crock pot. If not, I'll bring another crock pot out. I've got two at the oval. I've got one round. And then I've got a small one, like you do the little cocktail weenies in. I've got one of those. The one I've got here is actually one of my oldest ones. It's got the dent in it. Yeah. Alright. So I've decided to shift it kind of this way instead of the other way because I do want it longer. And if I'm looking, I'm just going to kind of, I mean, I know by now how to kind of do it and eyeball it, but I'm going to show you of what you're aiming for. You don't want to see how that's going to fit. But do you see if I keep squeezing any longer, it would be longer than my crock pot? I want to know that it's going to fit down in there because you're going to take it and it's going to be frozen, basically. You can take it out the night before and let it kind of thaw just enough that you can get it loose from the bag. But if you're in a hurry or you need one of those meals and you hadn't thought about it, you can cut the bag from around it. I mean, I've been there, done that. I can remember one time I thought I was going to have time to make another meal, and Becca had gotten sick, and I wound up, I had to take her to the doctor, and it turned into one of them all-day things. And I knew with them talking about bringing her in, and we're going to need to do x-rays, and so I knew it was going to be one of them days. So I just threw one of my freeze-ahead meatloaves in the crock pot and just turned it on, ran out the door, and boom, there you go. When we got home, the house smelled wonderful. Supper was basically done because all I do whenever I do this, if I'm doing a crock pot meatloaf, I know it's going to be a hectic, hurry day. So we're either going to have instant mashed potatoes or quick rice, like minute rice, or something fast. Something that's, you know, easy and quick side to go with it. So I'm just going to do my other one the same way. And this way too, if we have any leftovers, meatloaf sandwiches, I'm just saying. or make the guys and Becca a to-go plate for the next day. So, but we're going to get 2 meatloaves out of this. I'm working on this second one. Alright. And you're just kind of going forward. And see how I'm shaping it in the bag? I've done washed my hands. I don't want my hands back in this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to shape it in the bag. But you want to make sure before you seal your bag up, you get all that air out. And that's where you roll. Just kind of keep rolling. A, it's going to help you get a good shape. B, it's going to help get all that air out. Alright, so there's our second meatloaf. And if you look, it's definitely going to fit. I could probably even elongate it a little bit more. Yeah, that's definitely going to fit. Alright, now, when I get ready to put them in here, I will take and dump them out of my bag, and I will put ketchup and brown sugar. It calls optional brown sugar on top of pre-cooked meatloaf. Yeah, pre-cooked meatloaf. I do that. I love the ketchup and brown sugar. You can use tomato sauce. You can use tomato paste, ketchup, whatever. And that brown sugar. You can even use barbecue sauce. If you want a different taste, you can do barbecue meatloaf. Use barbecue sauce. You can use A1 and ketchup. Kind of dilute that A1. The A1's got a strong taste. So if you do use A1, dilute it down with some ketchup. I'm just saying. Or water and brown sugar. But yeah, however you like your meatloaf. We've done the barbecue before and it's really good. Alright, so I'm just going to put these in the freezer. And what I'll do is I'll make a label that says crock pot meatloaf. Or you can do them, just preheat the oven to 350, place it in the pan and bake it for 45 minutes. If you thaw it overnight in your fridge, you can just do it that way. And while you're cooking your other stuff, you can do it that way. But I'll leave the crock pot directions down below. Alright, I looked up her recipe and she did 6 pounds of ground beef, 6 eggs, 6 cups of old-fashioned oatmeal. Like I said, I'll leave it down below, but whenever you get to the part about cooking it, place half meatloaf into a slow cooker for 4 hours on high. Place other half of the meatloaf into a Ziploc bag and stored in the freezer for a busy family day and dinner. And hers are 3 pounds apiece. But like I said, well, and then when she did this recipe, she only had 7 kids or 8 kids. It was at her old house. So, but I will leave it linked down below. Trying to see if I can get to just her picture of it. Yeah, there's her picture of, she used some peppers that she had. She used some carrots that she had. She used flaxseed. Yeah, any way of getting those nutrients in, sneak them in there. I'm just saying. It will bulk it up and it will make your meat stretch, and that way you're getting those nutrients in there. So, yeah. But yeah, 4 hours on high. And that's from frozen. So, yeah. I'm trying to think. But yeah, I'm just going to do them like that. Like I said, I got to double bag them. And that's where I'm going to put my label. Okay, here's how I'm going to do this. I just wrote off CP. I know that means crock pot meatloaf. 4 hours on high. Put ketchup / BS brown sugar or barbecue sauce on top. You know. I'm going to take my loaf. I'm going to stick it in this other bag. Like I said, another reason why I'm double bagging this is because these are storage bags, not freezer bags. But even if they were freezer bags, I would probably double bag them. The cool thing because nothing has touched the inside of this bag other than this label, I can reuse this bag. Okay? Does that make sense? No food has actually touched the bag, just the label. So I can reuse that bag. So I'm just going to roll it, get the air out, and boom, there you go. I've got a sealed meatloaf ready to go. And I'm going to do the other one the same way. And in that way too, if that for some reason, like I said, we're going to be out of town a couple of nights. So if the kids see that they need to make a meal, and those nights, I just put kids on. I was going to try to plan meals and make sure I had something. You know what? They're grown heathens, all except my baby girl. And they better feed her. She'll show tell. She'll show tell. But they need to figure out, okay, if I'm working, how am I going to handle working and supper? And they think it just miraculously appears. Like I said, they're here to feed and pee. They need to realize food don't fall from the sky. This is not cloudy with a chance of meatballs, y'all. So here's my other one, and we're good to go. So that's one meal or 2 meals down. Like I said, whenever I do one, I'll probably do the other. Yeah, just so we'll have extra, or they like it so much we'll go through 2. So there's that taken care of. Woo woo! Now for this other hamburger meat, I'm going to take and divide it in half. Yeah, I'm going to divide it in half. Let's see what our other meals were. Let's see, I've got that large pack already in my freezer. I'm going to use that for my chili. I'm going to make Monday. I need a crock pot meal for Monday, so I'm going to do that then. I needed a small pack for tacos. I've got that little bitty pack in there. I've already made up my crock pot meatloaves. I need half a pack for my tater tot casserole. And then my Amish poor man steak. So I'm going to take this and divide for my tacos and my Amish poor man steak. So that's what we're going to do with this part. Yeah. Okay. Also, here's another cool trick. Don't know if y'all need this one or not. And you probably do, but just in case. Take your Ziploc bag. Take your hand. Put it inside out. You're making like a glove. This is inside out. You're going to grab your hamburger meat or your chicken or your pork or whatever. You're going to take and you're going to just fold in. And that way your hands have not actually touched the meat. You just see how I did that? My hands didn't actually come into contact with any of the meat. And then whenever you get it in your bag, you start squishing. You don't want to freeze it like that because A, it's going to take forever to thaw out, and it's going to take up more room in your freezer. Especially if you have just like your freezer above your refrigerator. If you fold it flat, it's going to thaw out so much faster. Half the work's already been done for you. And you can actually stick them like that in your freezer if you need to. Okay? Or like that and just stack them. Okay? Alright, so, and then how I did that is I just kind of start smushing flat. I want it to go that way. And you just kind of want to just keep smushing until you can get it as flat and as thin as you can. Because this is going to be for either my tacos or my tater tot casserole, and then my Amish poor man steak. So whenever I get ready to make my Amish poor man steak recipe, that will be a Frugal Food Friday because it is wonderful. And it is actually an Amish recipe. And you would never know that it's not cube steak. Like, seriously. I actually got the recipe, I think, from Money Saving Mom. Alright. So, I think we got all the air out. Seal that up and boom, there you go, ladies. And I am going to double bag this as well. Like I said, I'm out of freezer bags. But because my meat is in this bag, this other, and I'll only use it for like hamburger meat. Once I take this out and I get ready to do my next month's meals, I don't have any in there that are in bags because I didn't bulk buy. Well, that one pack Miss Becca bought for me. She bulk bought. But it was frozen before I could separate it. But I'm just going to use that all at one time to make a large pot of chili. So, because we're going to do that this coming Monday. It's going to be Madness Monday because we're getting back into the swing of art. So I'm going to do a big crock pot meal thing of chili, and that's going to do for Monday and Tuesday. So I'm just squeezing the air out of this outer bag, and boom, there's my other meat. So that's how, yeah, I'm set to go for meat for the month. Now that's not saying I'm not going to buy meat. I'm still planning on going to the food outlet. I've got to get that. Well, I do have to buy meat. I do have to buy that round steak. Yes, I have to buy that round steak. But, if I see chicken marked down, or if I see pork marked down, any marked down meat that I can find, the boneless pork ribs, yes ma'am, they are all in for them. We love those things. Yes, they are so good. Anything that I can find marked down, and their meat is wonderful. They actually have butchers there on site. And so, we've never gotten bad meat from there. Even marked down meat. That's typically where we do get our meat from. That's where we got the other boneless pork ribs. Came from there. But, any marked down meat I will look and buy and get. And that will be in my freezer for next month. And that will be what I base my next month's menu off of. And I usually devote, let's see, my budget this month is $320. And y'all saw how short my little bird's back out there. I'm not going to show y'all my dirty window again. I'm spraying down my counters. But yeah, that's what I'll base my next month's meal plan off of. Anything that I find or buy on sale this month. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm buying a month ahead. Yeah. You aren't going with a list of, oh, I want this and I want that. You buy what's on sale and you base your menu off that. And I'll take y'all with me tomorrow whenever we go shopping. I have decided I'm just going to wait and go tomorrow. I still have not even gotten dressed yet. We are encroaching on 10:20. Yeah. I need to pay bills. It's payday for Fat Man. I need to alert and let the heathens know their rent's due. Yeah, it's all fun and games till your rent ain't paid. I'm going to get this put away in the freezers. Yeah. Happy Friday, y'all. I need to go get dressed. I need to load my dishwasher. Hey, Hans, how you doing? Have you lost your mind yet? And mine is still just, oh. Right there, just boom, boom. Yeah. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Have a headache. So, let me get this mess cleaned up and I will be back. Okay, and I did decide while I was putting my meatloaf, oh, wait a minute, while I was putting my meatloaf in my, I can't get y'all right. Y'all need to straighten up. There we go. While I was putting my meatloaf and the other hamburger meat away, I got to thinking, okay, I'm going to be doing that chili Monday. And so I'd seen that large pack of hamburger meat that Becca had bought for me. I thought, you know what, while I'm in here, I'm going to go ahead and get this out and get it browned up for my big pot of chili that I'm going to be making, because it needs to go ahead and be browned. I can brown it up and then come Monday, that step is done. I don't have to worry about it over the weekend. And I am going to go ahead and brown this with it while I'm browning. Now, a lot of you probably are thinking, well, why did you just freeze some if you're taking some out of your freezer to brown? Here's why. I want to use my oldest up first. Okay? This has been in there. She didn't buy this too long ago. It's use or freeze by January 28th. But she bought it like 2 weeks ago. I want to say like 2 weeks ago. This, on the other hand, has been in there since September. It got shoved down to the bottom. Sailed through September 16, 18. So it's been frozen since then, and it's still good, but it needs to be used. This one needs to be used. So that's why I went ahead and froze that fresher, and I'm going to use the older. Does that make sense? I know a friend of mine asked me one time, she was here when I was doing some bulk cooking, and she made the comment, why in Hanny's did you freeze that and you're taking some out of your freezer? And I'm like, because I want to use my oldest up first. So that is why, if I'm out of frame, hey y'all, look at my pictures, aren't they cute? I'm trying to get my tripod back. But I figured while I'm in the kitchen, while I'm already fiddling with meat, while I'm already kind of doing, I can be doing up some meal prep stuff. Like I said, I need to get this hamburger meat done for my chili. And no, it won't take all this for a large pot of chili. I'm going to make this sucker stretch. And I forgot whenever I was putting in my hamburger meat in there of my meatloaves and just the thin, flat hamburger meat, I had that beef in there for tacos. So I'm going to use that for my taco meat. So that frees up a thing of hamburger meat for a meal. And hopefully with this, I should have enough to do my chili and maybe my tater tot casserole. Or one of my other, my beef taco. Well, no, I've got that meat in there for tacos. See, my mind can't even think. I'm trying to think about how many meals I can stretch. Even if I've got that hamburger helper in there the kids can grab. And having it browned up is just one less step that them or I had to fiddle with. But yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this browned up. Like I said, this got kicked down to the bottom, and I didn't even know I had it. So it needs to be used. So we're going to brown all this meat up. Yes. Alright, and one thing before I did get started browning up my hamburger meat, I did think about, and I'm so grateful I did, I remembered I had those 3 packs of the onions and the peppers and stuff that I had cut up. These are some peppers, the little mini sweet peppers we had bought when Aldi had them for 99 cents a pack. I got like 3 or 4 4 packs. And I just cut them up, cut some onion it up with it. And then there you go. I didn't have to buy my pre-frozen. Like I said, I usually try to keep at least a pack in my freezer just in case. I got to thinking about, I'm browning this up for chili. I'm browning it up probably for tater tot casserole or whatever, you know, I need brown meat for. Any and all brown meat is better with the onions and the peppers. Whether I need it for spaghetti or whether I need it for chili or whether I need it for tater tot casserole, no matter what, it's going to be better. So I went, and before I even started it, I went and I grabbed 1 bag. I'm just going to do 1 bag and see how that goes. Because I know I'm going to need it for whenever I do my taco night. I've got that chicken fajita thing in there, and it's some chicken meat. I'll need 1 pack to add to it. And then, I'm trying to think what I was going to need the other pack for. But I'm just going to use 1 pack for this hamburger meat. And then if I see I've got a recipe that is actually going to call for more than what this is going to make in this package, then I'll add it. Alright. So I'm just going, oh, that's almost too big to fit in there. Him fitting like to the edge. So we're just going to kind of let that brown up, and once that's brown and kind of I'll drain it, and then I'll probably add this. But see, it's frozen, so I'm going to be here for a while. This is where it would have paid me to have flattened it, but it was frozen like that. So what are you going to do? And it was unit price $2.19 a pound. But it's $73.27. That I got for $2.57 a pound from Sam's was $80.20. So it's a little less fat. And it's ground chuck. This is ground beef. So yeah, this was cheaper, but the ground chuck is a little bit better grade. It's the cat. It's a little bit better grade of meat. It doesn't have as much fat. So that other little pack that I got from the feed outlet, it was actually only $1.99. So yeah, if I see $1.99 hamburger meat, boom, I'm gonna be buying some. I'm just saying. I'm mainly looking for pork sales and chicken. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna kind of be having my eyes on. Pork and chicken. We had not done deer meat in forever. And we have not had a processed cow in forever. We didn't realize until we started seeing about buying actual processed meat, or the unprocessed, I should say unprocessed. When we started looking, and we called the butcher that we used to take our cows to, of okay, do you have an extra cow? Sometimes people will take, and instead of paying the processing fee, they'll sell a cow to the butcher. And it works out that he'll pay for part of the cow and then part of the processing fee. We've never done that. We always wanted our whole cow. But we caught, and it was outrageous. Still cheaper than the store, but we didn't have that lump sum at one time, know what I'm saying? Alright, so I just kind of got that browning. And once it's browned and I've got it drained, then I will add that pepper and onion and kind of let it cook for a little bit longer. Right now I'm going to sit down and work on paying bills. And then I think I will finish my list just for like this week. And then whatever's on sale. So, and I forgot to give Linda Faye the popcorn. I did burn it to Henny's. Oh well. She had plenty of food in the back of her car though. So, But yeah, I'm going to get to paying bills. Yeah. Okay, seriously though, this is where this thing comes in handy. This stuff is still frozen right here. And yes, I kind of got to mash a little bit, but you can get right on the edge and wiggle. And I can't push too hard because Big Mama ain't got that kind of strength no more. But see how I can just kind of break up that has, and after a while I can't grip. I'll have to swap hands. But yeah, that is when you start using this bad boy. And it just kind of breaks up those chunks. And now I can start turning my temperature up even higher. Because now that I can kind of stir it around and yeah, there we go. See? Now we cook it. So I'm going to turn my heat up and we can go ahead and get this stuff browned and done. Yes, ma'am. And all that. I love this thing. If y'all have not bought one, girl, run to your nearest Walmart. Pampered Chef sells them. They're like $15, $20. You can get this for $2.88 up at the Walmart. I'm just saying. Worth every dime, y'all. More. It is 11:15. Big Mom don't need no more coffee. Can you tell I don't need no more coffee? I do not need any more coffee. Hey, how y'all doing? I was hoping the caffeine would help me get rid of a headache. You know, it's not working. Anyhow, yeah. I did send a sweet text message reminding sweet Becca Boo that her rent's going to be due either today or no later by tomorrow. Brian, I don't have to remind. He just kind of knows. Becca needs to hurry up and get the memo. And to whomever, yeah, somebody had made the comment of, you know, had she thought about taking college classes. And I don't know if I explained correctly or not. We've paid for classes, she's quit. We've paid for trips, she's quit. We've got, and we finagled around and pulled strings to get her on a wonderful mission program. She got to go, and she was going to get to go. It was going to actually work into a year-long mission trip. And yes, she wanted to go. She wanted to go. It was going to be wonderful. This, that, and the other. She wasn't there a month. She wasn't there a month. And they called telling us that we had to come get her. That she just was miserable. She was making the other missionaries miserable. She didn't want to be there. She had let them know real plain and quick she did not want to be there. And it left them, and they let us know that it left them in a bind. They were a missionary short. And we felt horrible for them that they were a missionary short. We felt horrible for her, but we felt horrible for them that she let them down. And she had just stressed how bad she wanted to go. She wanted to do that. She wanted to do that, you know. And we had really had to pull some strings to get her in because cutoff time, we had missed the actual deadline. And so we had our pastor stress how bad she wanted to go. We wrote letters and explaining to the mission board how bad she wanted to go. And then for her to not even be there a month and pitch a fit so bad that we had to go and get her and bring her home. Yeah. So it's not a case of we're not supportive of her. We have been there for her and been there for her and been there for her and been there for her. And she keeps quitting and she keeps quitting and she keeps quitting. And that's like whenever we bought this house of, are you sure? She was very adamant she did not need a room in this house. She was not going to be moving in this house. It was fine if we bought this house. She did not plan on moving in with us. Do you see where she's living? Yeah. Yeah. So, if we seem like we're a little bit harder on her, then yes, we are. We are. We've been there, but, and it's not that we're, and well, you know, I'll tell her bye and I love her every morning. And I'm very supportive of, yes, she needs to find another job. Yes, she needs to better herself. Yesterday afternoon, she came home early from work. They let her go early. She's like, well, I'm going to take my early time and I'm going to go to Aldi's and see about getting that Aldi job. What did she do with her time? She piled up in that bed and lay down and fell asleep. Yes, I know she suffers from depression. Yes, I know she suffers from anxiety. We make her appointments to go see a therapist. We make her appointments to go see the psychiatrist. Does she go? No, she won't keep her appointments. We were having to pay the no-show fee. Yeah, after the third time of us paying the no-show fee, I didn't make her an appointment anymore. It was up to her to make the appointment, and it was up to her to pay her no-show fees. Yeah, no. She knows what she's supposed to be doing, but she's choosing not to do it. I got the Aldi application for her. She knew she needed to do it, and I'm like, Becky, you need to go get that application. Becky, you need to go get, and I finally broke down. I got it for her. I keep saying I'm not going to enable her, yet I keep kind of not really bailing her out, but I keep kind of nudging her. Gentle, sweet nudges. You know, hey, while I was at Aldi's today, I happened to talk to the sweet girl, and she gave me the application. You need to get it filled out and take it in. I've done everything to encourage her to take it, short of loading her butt up in the car and dropping her off and making her do it. So yes, I am frustrated. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. Yeah. Because all she does is choose to lay. And I keep telling her, your situation's not going to change if you don't change. And she'll sit there and she'll tell the therapist and the psychiatrist everything she knows. She'll agree with them if they're like, okay, you need to make a schedule. Yes, I do. I'm going to go home and make a schedule. You need to allot certain times if I'm going to devote this much time to cleaning my room. Yes, I do. I need to do. She gets home, she'll tell them exactly what they want to hear. We get home, she piles up in that bed and she does not do anything that she said she was going to agree to do. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And I'll tell her, you laying in that bed is not helping your depression, it's making it worse. And then we get into screaming matches. And my fat man will tell me that it's not doing me any good to argue with her. She knows what she's supposed to do. You know, we can't force her to do it. So I just kind of gotta and walk away. We've given her the tools to use. We have not put her out. We've given her a roof over her head. You know, some people have even told us, tough love it, kick her butt out. You know, see what happens. Make her sink or swim. Even her therapist had told us, you know, okay, give her a deadline. If she has not done anything by the end of the month, kick her out. She knows that she's got from now to the end of, and we just cannot bring ourselves to do it. I can't. She's my baby and I can't kick her out. And that's probably what I probably need to do. So for anybody that says I'm hard or I'm harsh or I'm mean to her, I haven't kicked her out. You know, I could be meaner. I could kick her out, which is what's been suggested, but I have not done. So, we've given her every benefit of the doubt. We've given her every resource. I don't know. I don't know. I know Shawnee would suggest giving her a state job. And we've told her, you need to get on that website. You need to go to the state office. You need to, you know. You can lead that horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You know. So that's where we sit on that little egg. Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm going to keep working on my hamburger meat. That was a ramble all on its own, wasn't it? But I thought I needed to clear the air about that subject. I just felt like I needed to kind of clear the air on that one. I need to, yeah, my pressure's up. That's why whenever anybody will say, what are your stressors? And I'll make the comment, my mother and Becca. That is why Becca is one of my stressors. Yeah. That's, oh yeah. Oh yeah. She knows what she needs to be doing, but she chooses not to. Her situation's not going to change until she's willing to change it. That's all I got to say on that note. So, and I guess that's going to wrap it up for this one. I'm still working on that hamburger meat. I still need to go get my hiney dressed. It is 11:30. I need to get me some lunch. I am working still on paying bills. I think I've gotten all our bills paid. I need to kind of go over my monthly list, see where I am on that. Like I said, I've got 160 to kind of get us through. And we'll kind of go from there. So, put on those pearls, even if you got your jammies on. And these are my cheap strand. See? Yeah. Put on your cheap strand of pearls. Put on your jammies. Put on your neckerchief. Y'all go do you up some freezer cooking. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Put on those smiles. Even if you get frustrated with your heathens, smile. That way they don't know if you're smiling because you've made your plot to kill them. Oh, Lord forgive me, I did not mean that. Yes, I did. I'm just laying the groundwork for my defense. Make sure your little neckerchief ain't on too tight. And y'all have a good day, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Ooh, we're going to go clearance meat shopping tomorrow. Pray they've got some markdown meat, y'all. Pray they got markdown meat. Bye, y'all.